Hey everybody, this is Richie Laser from followupresults.com. Hey, I want to share something with you that you should all understand. I don't know if you know this, but 5%, just 5% of all the realtors nationally actually wind up doing 95% of all the real estate transactions. Bet you didn't know that. Well, and you're going to ask yourself, well, why? Why is that? And here's the secret. That 5% of realtors that do 95% of all the real estate business focus on one thing. They focus on referrals. And they get it. They get it in a big way because they study big business. They study about Amazon, Google, Apple. These companies base their whole business on repeat and referral business. That's why when you first log on and you, let's say, purchase your first item, that's all great. But where they make the money is when you come onto their websites again. And that's why they say to you, hey, Rich, welcome back. Hey, the last time you bought this, but now, you know what? We think you should be buying this, or someone just like you bought this. That's where they make their money every time you come back. And that's what we have to realize in our real estate business. Look at it this way. There are two big statistics that we always have to keep in mind. First one is, everyone you know is going to buy, or everyone you know knows somebody else that's either going to buy or sell a home each year. Actually, we know 1 to 5 people that are going to buy or sell a home each year. That being said, let's try to remember this also, that when your client bought their first home, do you know that they sell and buy every 5 to 7 years? Those are national statistics by NAR. So if you put those two together, let me show you the difference between how the 95% of us do our business and what the 5% does and what they get and what you're going to get if you do the same. So take a look at this. Look at this line here. This basically represents your career. And each line that's on that represents transactions that you have closed throughout your career. It could be representing 10, 100, it could be representing 500 to 1,000 transactions that you've closed over your career. Doesn't make a difference what the number is. The thing is, every day we get up and we look for that next lead. We look for that next lead to get our next transaction going, to get our next closing, and to get our next check. But basically, really, what does that pay? All that does is wind up paying your expenses. That's why so many of us struggle. But here's the 5% what they do. Okay? Now, you take every single one of these transactions that you've closed in your career, and remember, every 5 to 7 years, they're selling and buying a new house. And this goes on. This represents really in a lifetime, if you're starting with a young couple, maybe 12 different transactions. And then, in between, you can get one referral from that one original closed transaction. One referral each year. And so on, and so on. Now, could you imagine every single transaction that you started being the same way? Every single one. You would have some career. And by the way, this is just the beginning. Because every new transaction that you started with the referral that you got begins the process all over again. It's like a YouTube video going viral. So can you imagine now, this is what your career looks like. This career that you did here, that the 95% does, pays your expenses. This one, over here, buys you your dreams. Buys you anything that you want out of your career, that you want out of your life. For yourselves, for your family, for your community, and so on. Which business would you rather have? It's just a decision you have to make, and I can show you how to get there. So I welcome you. Look at the gift offer that's on this email. Take advantage of it. Let's go for it, okay? Have a great holiday season.